And KP, I actually have one more question before we
Yes.
kind of close out here in a second. But obviously, if at your peak you were doing 20 tweets a day, and now what'd you say you do
I
around
think
three or
four or
four
five
a
now.
day?
Yeah, four or
Yeah.
five.
So obviously you have all this content. Do you repurpose your content down the line, like a year later, reflect back on where you were in the past? And like, how do you utilize all that you've done over a long period of time?
Yes, I do. I used to do 80-20 in the beginning, and now I do 20-80. What I mean by that is in the early days, I used to do 80% real-time tweets and 20% pre-written tweets, as in I would write it on Sunday, and then I would, like on Thursday, I would go to that Notion doc and I would copy paste into Twitter, or I would use Scheduler to do the same thing. But 80% I was real time. I was online, and I was like, because that was the ascend moment for me. I was trying to like, I was a rising star, right? So I was like, I got to prove that I got some value here, guys. And so I was like very much present, real time, and I was trying to respond to everybody, engage with everybody. Now I'm doing the opposite, obviously. Now 80% of my content, at least the big pieces or whatever, anything that looks a little bit like tightened up is repurposed from my Notion bank. I have a content bank of all my 37,000 tweets, the best ones, not everything. And so 80% of my tweets are the well packaged ones are repurposed, obviously, from something that you never saw from 3 years ago or one of my best hits, maybe. But 20%, I'm still present and I'm still like thinking from the shooting from my hip. If you see today and yesterday, there were two tweets that were like terribly formatted, terribly packaged, had two or three typos because I was on my phone in my car, like in the garage for, I don't know, I was about to go leave to a place, and I had this insight and I wanted to immediately share. So I still do that. And also all my replies are obviously me replying, and I'm like very active. And when I see some replies, I try to be active. Um, so that's how you build. By the way, the biggest unlock is reaches in the replies early on, which I learned very painfully. I thought it was you have to be a thought leader. Yes, you have to in the long run, but really you have to be someone who can engage with another creator or someone who can engage with some other. It doesn't have to be a big creator, but also your peers, right? You have to be a community led person on Twitter initially to build a decent small following, and then you can go from there.